What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be your Overwatch last tier list of 2020. The next tier list I do after this will probably be in February or March once Overwatch 2 goes live. Or once Season 26 goes live. Either one, whatever the next ranked season is. I think it's 26. But really wanted to do another list before the year's done. I think some stuff has changed to the point where I think I need to do another list. Last list I did was about 3 months ago now, so I'm way overdue. You guys seem to enjoy these types of videos, so if you guys want me to continue doing these Overwatch tier list type videos in the future, let me know by leaving a like, subscribing if you are new and this is your first time viewing my channel and finding my channel, really appreciate it, and sharing the video really helps me out. Thank you guys for, I think it's 370 subscribers we just reached about a week or two ago, so thank you guys. A few disclaimers before I do get into this, though, because this has been a huge problem over the past couple tier lists I've did for no matter what fucking game it is. If you're finding this video, keep in mind, do not go to the comments, do not comment on anything, don't quote tweet, don't do anything with this video until you watch the entire video, because you just make yourself look fucking stupid if you're one of those people that looks at the list, goes and comments something that I completely talk about in the video if you would watch the video instead of skipping and only watching like the first 20 seconds or skipping to the last 5 minutes of the video looking at the entire list. Do not be one of those people that just watches the first 20 seconds of the video and then calls the list trash or calls me stupid for creating a list, or being one of those people that skips to the last 5 minutes and then wonders why everything is where it is on the tier list. I don't know, maybe if you would watch the video, you'd maybe know where everything is and why. Do not be one of those people because it just makes you look fucking stupid. Like, I don't know how many people have done that already. Like, I've got comments, like, stuff I completely talk about in the video, and it's clear the person did not watch the video past, like, 20 seconds, or they clearly skipped to the last, like, 5 minutes of the video. And then they ask me stuff about why so-and-so is in this tier, whatever is in this tier, and how I'm shit at the game, blah, 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 when they don't even watch the video. So don't be one of those people. If you guys really want to comment, really want to give criticism on the list, like I said, this is 100% opinionated. I'm a Nintendo Switch player. This isn't going to be for PC. This is going to be for ranked, Overwatch ranked Season 25. I think this is what we're currently on. 24 or 25, whatever we're currently on right now. And this is going to be for pretty much gold to, like, maybe low diamond. It's going to be around in that area. Because I'm not a silver player. I don't know whatever is good in silver. And I'm not a high-tier Grandmasters or Masters player. So, this list is going to be from low gold all the way up to around about mid-diamond. It's not going to be for high tier. It's not going to be a pro player tier list. Like I said, before I get that out of the way. Not a pro player. Not a pro player tier list. If you guys want a pro's opinion, there's plenty of pro players that play on PC. Go look at one of their videos and click off my video at this point. If you do not want one of these, if you want a pro player's perspective on ranks currently, and not an actual console player that will give you the tier list blunt and fully explained like I will. Getting that out of the way, SS is going to be your stuff that you need to have nerfed going into the next season. S is going to be your top tier picks. You're going to be picking this in about 99% of your games. Good on almost any map, good on almost any team, any comp. Works almost in any game. A+ is going to be your above average stuff. You're going to be picking this a lot of your games. About like 85% of your games. A is your average picks. Not good on almost any map, but good on the majority of the maps. Good on the majority of teams. B is your more situational picks. Maybe you're going to pick into a certain team or a certain comp. And C is you're going to be your almost no viability and almost no reason to pick them apart from maybe one or two specific situations or maps. And then D is your never pick, never use. Garbage, needs to be buffed, reworked, whatever tier. Getting that out of the way with the first 10 minutes of the video. I don't know why I need to say all that shit, but I really do, because I don't know, apparently people are stupid enough to do that type of stuff. I don't think you guys are, but I don't know, maybe they're new viewers. I don't know, 100% sure, but whatever. we're going to get right into this. I don't know, maybe I'll put a timestamp in the description where the list actually starts. If somebody wants to put a timestamp in the comments, I'll pin your comment to where the list actually starts, which will be starting like right now in like 10 seconds. Then go ahead and if you want to put like timestamps for each specific hero in this tier list in the comments down below, and if somebody has enough time to do that, I will pin your comment and I will like your comment if you do that as well. So if you guys want to like and a pin from me, do a timestamp thing in the comments. So gonna be starting this out on a A+. I think with the problem with Ana right now, I wouldn't say she's bad. I think she fits on the majority of teams. There's just too much stuff that like just completely destroys her currently. Mainly stuff like Reaper, mainly stuff like she just gets dove way too fucking easy. Like she gets dove by Junkrat, she gets dove by Genji, Reaper, like the best shit in the game. Doomfist is almost in all your games. You just get dove by Doomfist, you really can't do much. She struggles versus Tracer. Tracer is really solid currently. I don't know. I think she's just A+ currently. She brings in a lot of utility. What it really comes down to is if you can land your shots on people and get that consistent amount of healing by landing your bullets on the players and your teammates, and getting damage value, getting huge nades, anti-nades, and getting huge ult value out of your nano boost. I think that's what really comes down to Ana. If you land like 99% of your sleep darts, you land good nano boosts on the players that actually get a lot of value out of them, and you're landing like 95% of your shots on all of your heals and getting them like almost 100% effectiveness out of the hero, I'd probably put out an S. But if you're just like an average player like me that lands about maybe like 75% of the shots, you land about maybe 65% of your sleep darts, and then you have your nano boosts are usually middle of the road, like hit or miss, depending on your team, because you're a solo ranked queuing player like me. I'd probably put her at A+. Also, another disclaimer before I go into the rest of the tier list, I'm not somebody that's been playing the game for like maybe like 20 hours or something. I've got like 1,300 hours in the game now, guys. So I've been playing the game for quite a while. More than a year and a half now. So, game was released on Switch October 2019. I've been playing for a year and a half. I've played since released on Switch. Ashe. I'm gonna put Ashe at an S. I think she's top. She's like really good right now. I wouldn't say she's broken because her reload takes fucking forever and her mobility really sucks. She gets dove relatively easy, like Tracer, Reaper, Doomfist. Like a lot of these other damaged heroes and even some tanks just fucking dive her and she really can't do much. What it comes down to is if she's being pocketed with a Mercy, or if she just is able to just sit and free fire the entire game. If she's able to sit on high ground or sit in the back line and free fire and get like constant dynamite chip damage and throw out like ults like every 2 minutes onto the point and getting like multiple kills, then she becomes broken. But I don't think she's like S+ worthy. I think she's S. You can use her on most of your teams. You can use her on majority of the maps. I think she's just S worthy right now. Baptiste. I really don't know why people think Baptiste is fucking broken currently. Maybe if you're a pro player, he's broken, but me playing solo queue ranked, and from personally trying to play him myself, which I never play a Baptiste ever, and from what I've been seeing, I really don't think he's that good. Like, I'll put him at an A, but I really don't think he's that good, guys. Like, he got his ult, his amp matrix got a rework to where it's way bigger now. And then he got some healing on his regenerative burst. I think nerfed, or the cooldown got increased or something recently. I say he's average. The maps you're going to be picking him on is that you're going to have, if you have like a lot of high ground and you're able to sit on the high ground and just shoot down at your team. I think one of the problems as well, if you're just playing like casual ranked without a party and you're just solo queuing by yourself, or maybe just one other person, people don't stand in the correct area where you can just sit on a high ground and just spam one area with heals. You constantly need to be moving around here, and your teammates ain't going to be coordinated with you, and you're going to not be able to heal as much just because they're going to be running way far away from you. And you're not able to get that, like, the max amount of healing, at least, from what you're supposed to do. Yeah, granted, Amp Matrix is probably one of the best abilities in the game still. It can block things like Diva Bomb, like a variety of ults that could normally one-hit KO, like Junkrat Tire, Pulse Bomb. There's like a variety of ults in the game that can kill you, like Bob, like 90% of the ults in games that can kill you at blocks. So I really don't think he's like top tier worthy just because of Amp Matrix or his immortality field alone, though. Yeah, granted, he did get some buffs, but I think he just if you can play a great Baptiste and you're like a Baptiste god, then you can put him at an S just for you. But this being a solo queue ranked player and being on console, at least for me personally, my opinion is just Bastion. Bastion's one of those heroes to where you can fucking stomp and pub stomp games until mid-platinum and pretty much get away with it. Once you get to around about 2600, you get fucking destroyed by players. I think he's one of the only heroes in the game that has probably the most significant drop-off curve to the point where you get to like a certain rank and then he just completely fucking falls off. If you're like a low gold or a silver player watching this video and you really want to rank up really quick, play Bastion. If you can get through the 25-minute queue times for damage, you can play Bastion. I don't know about you guys, but I have not been. I think damage is my least played role ever this season because queue times on Switch, at least, I'm not 100% sure about any of the consoles or PC, but queue times for damage, at least in ranked at all times, is at least 22 to 30 minutes. That's how fucking bad it is. That's even with including the flex play. The flex role that they just recently introduced like a couple weeks ago. Like, I don't know, I think it's the queue times are somehow worse with the new flex role than they were before it got introduced, because everybody just uses their flex tickets on damage, and then everybody that doesn't want to use one just get put in like a 30-minute queue time. That's why I've been playing either support or tank the majority of my games for ranked, so don't get me wrong, I still play damage once in a while, as much as possible, but I just compare it to like all my other roles. I think damage is the least played just because of the queue times currently. And that's one of the things I need to work on going into Overwatch 2 in the next season. Reducing the queue times for damage, because 22 to 30 fucking minutes for a damage queue in ranked is fucking insane. The majority of people usually have like an hour of free time to play the game anyways. If you're sitting in queue for 30 minutes and then a game takes about 15 to 20 minutes itself, you really don't got time for 2 games. You can only play maybe 1 game if you're lucky, which sucks. Anyways, Bastion B tier, not 100% awful, but I think once you get to around about 2600 platinum, then you need to move on and play something else. That's where he falls off. Apart from that, I'd say he's solid up to that point. Brig. Man, have the mighty have fallen. If this was about, I don't know, maybe a half a year ago, I think Brig would probably be an S tier, S plus tier. Support, I think I'm going to put her at an A, and that's being generous, because I think she can work at lower tiers. She does have a lot more effectiveness, on kind of like Bastion, but I think you can use her up to like about around 2700, and then you can still do really good with her. It kind of depends on how you play her and what team you have. I think she's a little bit more team dependent than a lot of the other healers and supports currently. Like, you can't really just plug her in on like most comps unless it doesn't work. You have to have more of like a brawly comp, and you need to be peeling for your tanks and having teammates that can kind of peel for you. Otherwise, you just end up feeding. Especially with her reduced health, I think she got a fucking shitload of nerfs recently. Or at least a couple months back, or before the last tier list I made, when it was, but I don't know. I think she's just in a spot. She needs some type of buff. I really do. Like, don't get me wrong, her ult is probably one of the best supports ults in the game, apart from like Nano Boost and maybe a few others, but like, come on. Can we get some Brig buffs? Like, I miss playing Brig. I think I've played Brig like the least I've ever played her in Season 25, or the current season we're on, than I've ever played her in my entirety of playing the game. That's because she just isn't that good. I'll have games where I can just completely stomp, and then I'll have games where I'll I'll start out playing her and then I'll get completely destroyed and I'll be like, oh, maybe I should have played Ana here, and then I end up playing Ana or like any other healer and I end up doing good for some reason. I don't know. And it's not even my team. It's not even anything else. Like my team's fine. It's my team would have been fine for having Brig on the team, and you just don't do good. I don't know. I think it's more of the hero itself and not really the player, in my honest opinion, in most cases. Doomfist, the first S+, fucking broken damage in the game. Spoiler alert, there's gonna be a lot of S+ fucking heroes in this list. Doomfist is the first one. Everything that checks Doomfist right now is weak as fuck. You pretty much just, what you do with Doomfist, guys, you just run after the enemy team's backline and you just dive their healers the entire game. You shit on Ana, you shit on Brig. Zenyatta can't do anything versus you unless his team tries to peel for him with a damage boost orb, but usually by that point he's usually dead. So let's see what else can really check him. I think maybe Sigma can maybe go against him. That's one of his best checks, at least currently. What else is going to be going against the Doomfist? You dive Widowmaker, you completely destroy Widowmaker. Like, what else? You destroy Moira. Pharah is in the sky. I guess you can maybe play Pharah into a Doomfist and get away with it, just because he can't touch you. But that's one exception because our mechanics is not being on the ground, so that doesn't really count. Maybe Reaper. I don't know, I've seen good Doomfist still take out a Reaper just because Doom's so fucking broken and the stun's absolutely broken. Especially if they get you hit into the wall and you get pretty much OHKO'd. Like, legit, what checks Doomfist? Maybe some Symmetra turrets. If you can get him locked down in a certain spot, you can have him get worn down with turrets. Maybe. Like, I don't know what really checks Doomfist currently. He's pretty much, you just run at the back line, you just run at people, and you just fucking kill them. You stun them out, and you just expel their cooldowns, and then you just fucking destroy people. Going into the next season, or whenever Overwatch 2 comes out in February, whatever that is, Doomfist needs to have some fucking hefty nerfs. Reduce the amount of shield that he gets from using his abilities. It would be a great nerf. Increasing all of his cooldowns by at least 1 or 2 seconds would be great, in my honest opinion. Nerfing his ult charge rate. His ult's fucking broken. He constantly has his ult, no matter what. Like, it seems like every, maybe like 30-35 seconds he has a fucking ult, it seems. I don't know. One of the most broken damages in the game. If you guys can play at least a half-decent Doomfist, don't get me wrong, you need to manage your cooldowns, and you need to properly position with them. Because if you just, like, solo flank the backline and their entire enemy team turns around and kills you, then you're going to be in trouble. But the majority of the time, you go in, kill a healer, get out, and then you just go after the other healer after that, and then you just destroy their enemy team anyways because they have no heals. That's pretty much what Doomfist really does. And then he just boxes their DPS, and then after everybody else is dead and respawning. Then you go after the tanks, and then your entire team just beats down their tanks. D.Va. I'll put D.Va at an A. I think she's a little bit underwhelming currently. I don't think she's really that good. The main reason you'll be picking her is for the ability to dive some less mobile DPS and healer type heroes. Great at diving Mccree, Ashe, Mei, Widow. A lot of the healers like Zenyatta, Ana, Soldiers, something you can dive. A lot of the less mobile type DPS and healers are great for picking D.Va into, just because you have so much mobility. You're able to expel cooldowns with your Amp Matrix or your whatever your fucking shield is. I don't think it's Amp Matrix, whatever it is, your fucking shield. And then you can block things like Sleep Dart, Ant Nade, stuff like that. Turrets, whatever you need to block with your shield. You just fucking dive people, get a kill, and you're able to get right back out, and you got a one-man advantage automatically. Not to mention, if you can land decent bombs, and you can get value out of your ult by getting at least 1 or 2 picks on your bomb each time, then you can at least do something, but I think that's about the majority of what she really does currently. Like, as an off-tank, and she can't play a main tank for shit because you have no shield and you just get destroyed. I think her best role right now is just off-tank and just run at the healers, like certain healers and certain DPS, depending on whatever team you're going against. Apart from that, I think what's really holding her back is like a lot of the fucking broken shit that's going to be in S tier. She gets dominated by Doomfist. She gets fucking destroyed by absolute fucking Doomfist. Reaper's fucking broken. Tracer, I wouldn't say is broken, but she gets destroyed by Tracer. A lot of other, more of the better tanks just fucking shit on her currently. So, Echo, I'm gonna put Echo in an A+. I think she's solid. Especially if I was gonna put Echo with a Mercy Pocket, I'd put Echo with a Mercy Pocket as S+. But if I'm talking about Echo by herself, I'm gonna put her in A+. What it comes down to is if you can land your abilities and you know how to copy the correct person at the right time, you can get value out of your ult by copying somebody. That's what it really comes down to. Not going to talk about it very much because that's really all it really is. Genji, fucking broken. Gonna put Genji at an S+. Needs to be nerfed. I don't know why they ever fucking buffed him. Ever since they buffed him, he's been fucking broken. Almost impossible to lock down because everything that did once lock him down is fucking garbage or no longer does its job correctly. It gets its ult way too fast. Does way too much fucking damage. Like, I don't know. They need to nerf him somehow, revert the buffs they gave him. I think is probably the first direction they need to go. If anything, they need to reduce his ultimate charge rate. I think either that or reverting the buffs they gave him a couple months back. Or whatever the last stuff they gave him. Revert that and then see where he is. Fucking broken. If you can play like a half-decent Genji, play him and you can just fucking destroy teams because people can't lock you down. You just get free ult charge on pretty much anything that has a big hitbox. That's pretty much really what it is, and you just shit on most squishy type characters or healers because you have so much mobility they can't lock you down anyways. Hanzo, I'm gonna put Hanzo at an A. I think he's average, just your average typical DPS currently. Decent ult. What's really gonna come down to is if you can get the one-hit KOs with headshots. That's the only thing he really does. At least exclusive to him, apart from a lot of the other DPS. Not really much of reason to play him over a lot of other stuff, but I think he's just average. Junkrat, your next S+ fucking hero. Absolutely fucking broken. I don't know, if you're playing against a Junkrat, the guy legit has an ult up like every fucking 25 seconds, it seems. Like, can we please nerf this guy's fucking damage? Can we nerf something about him? Because I'm sick of going against him in every fucking game. Like, all he needs to do is just dive on you. If he dives on you, you're usually fucking dead if you're a squishy or a healer, bro. Like, I don't know. He needs something like a fucking nerfs, like a rework, something, please. Can Blizzard please fucking nerf Junkrat, please? Can we get some damage nerfs? Reduce his clip down, I think it's 5 currently. Reduce it down to 3. Like, that would be a good nerf. Reduce his ammo clip down to 3 to start with, and then see where he is. That would reduce his ultimate charge and his damage. I don't know. Like, he's fucking broken. He does way too much fucking damage. He doesn't require any skill either, bro. If you want to play a Junkrat, guys, all you need to do is know how to spam in a specific area. That's all you do. You just fucking spam. That's all he is. You don't need to have aim. You just dive people, and then once you get close, you land on top of them, blow them up with a bomb, and then you get blown back, and you're safe. And you killed somebody. You hit him with one mine, you blow him up with a bomb, and you're good. That's all he really takes to do. Fucking needs to be fucking nerfed. I'm sick of him in all my ranked games. I'm really fucking sick of going against him. Lucky me, though, I usually end up playing Roadhog the majority of my time playing ranked, so I'm able to counter him to an extent, because he's a really easy hook. But apart from that, I feel bad for the healers and a lot of the DPS that get shit on by him. Lucio A. It's your average support. Not going to talk about him very much because there really isn't much to say. Nothing's really changed about him. He's just your typical average support. Mccree S. I'm going to put Mccree at an S. I don't think he's fucking broken, but I think he's borderline going to S+. If they give him any type of other buffs, or if anything changes to the point where anything else that really kind of goes against him or is able to kind of shut him down decently currently, changes and he's able to get somehow better, he's going to be S+. I think he's borderline S+. He's like hanging right on the tier of S going to S+ currently. He does so much damage. You have a really good ult. You're guaranteed at least 1 or 2 picks each time with your ult. Sometimes even like team wipes if you're good with your ult. He has a lot of boxing potential with the Fan the Hammer stun combo. You're able to do so much damage, especially in 1v1s. Probably one of the best DPS currently if you want to 1v1 somebody and you want to box people up close. I think Mccree does that really well, apart from things like Reaper and some other stuff, but overall really solid. Got that health buff to 225, makes him a lot more bulky and survive a lot more. Mei is somehow fucking broken again. I don't know what they did to Mei, but last tier list I thought she was She was like average. Now she's somehow broken again. I don't know what they did to fucking buff her or whatever happened, but she's fucking broken again. I'm sick of going against Mei. Can we please get me a Mei rework? I need a Mei rework, and I want a Mei rework, and I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. I'm sick of going against her. It's almost impossible to play a tank versus her because she just freezes you, and then their entire team dives you. Like, every time you go against a Mei, that's all they do. They fucking walk up to you, they freeze you, and then their entire team dives you. It has no fucking counterplay. That's how fucking broken she is currently. I'd probably put her as an S+. She needs to be reworked. And an entire rework apart from her ult, I think, needs to happen. Quit fucking buffing her, quit fucking doing other shit to her, just rework her entire kit apart from her ult. That's what she needs. Mercy, I'm going to put Mercy at an S, probably the best healer in the game. I'm actually probably going to say probably the most balanced healer in the game currently as well. I think even at an S, I think Mercy's the most balanced. She does great heals, she has great mobility, she has a really solid utility type ult. She's able to pocket people with a damage boost, and then she has the revive. The most balanced healer in the game currently is Mercy. I think going into the next season or into Overwatch 2, they need to take a look at Mercy and buff healers that ain't on her level, or nerf healers that are above Mercy's level, and bring them down to where Mercy is, because she's the most balanced healer in the game currently, which I'm really proud about because I really love playing Mercy. She's one of my favorites to play. Moira, A+. Like, I don't know what really to say about Moira. She just does the same thing. She doesn't really do like anything different. She's able to heal people. She does a decent amount of damage. Just don't fucking play a damage Moira, because you'll end up getting fucking banned and reported. Do not play a damage Moira or a flanked Moira in your ranked games. You'll end up getting fucking banned. Play her as a healer, and then you'll be fine. Orisa, A+. Just your above average tank. Not really much has changed with her either. I'm not going to talk about her very much because nothing's really changed. Pharah, here's one that I've been waiting to talk about a long time. Now, if this was Pharah with a Mercy pocket, I'd probably put Pharah plus Mercy right now. I think is almost unkillable. I'd put with Pharah with a Mercy pocket at an S+, but Pharah by herself with no Mercy pocket, or an absolute shitty Mercy that doesn't pocket you the entire game. Pharah by herself, I'd probably put it in an A. Like, I don't think she's that good, like, right now, bro. Mccree and Ashe are so fucking good. All you really need to do is pick Mccree or an Ashe, and you're pretty much good versus Pharah. Or a Torbjorn. Torbjorn is probably one of the best DPS in the game as well, just because it's so hard to play against a turret that's constantly auto-locked on you, and the majority of the time before you destroy the turret, or usually after the turret's destroyed, you have about maybe like 50 health left, and then you get picked off super easy anyways. So I think there's just too much, at least Pharah by herself, there's just too much that kind of just shuts her down currently, just by herself. If you're going to be playing Pharah, you 100% need to have a Mercy pocket, and she needs to pocket you 99% of the game. That's what you need to have. You can have that damage boost, you can have that healing boost. That's the only way you can play Pharah and get away with it currently. Otherwise, I think she says average an A+, or an A type damage here, just by herself currently. That's coming from somebody that plays Pharah the majority of the time, if I am playing DPS in ranked. Reaper, here we go again. I don't know how many tier lists I've had Reaper in the top, like on top of the list in S+ nerf, but here's another list where he's going to be an S+ nerf tier. Like, there should be no reason where you walk up to a tank and you're able to 2 or 3 tap a tank. There should be no fucking hero ever in a fucking game that's able to walk up to somebody, let alone a tank, and kill them in 2 or 3 hits. I don't know how anybody can justify that as fucking balanced or fucking fair. Because it ain't. Guy has a fucking team, like a pretty much team wiping ult. You're at least guaranteed 1 or 2 kills with your ult the majority of the time. Unless you're going against a team that's able to shut your ult down with like a bio nade or like a sleep or some type of stun. You're pretty much guaranteed 1 or 2 kills. If let alone you can maybe even get like a quadra or a pentakill. Like he's fucking broken. You walk up to people and you just 1 or 2 tap. Every squishy in the game gets 2 tapped by Reaper, guys. And if you're a tank, you get, I think, 3 or 4 tapped. I don't know. If I'm Roadhog, I go against him majority of the time with Roadhog. I get 3 tapped by the guy. There should be no fucking reason in the game where a DPS walks up to you and you get 3 KO'd with fucking three hits of the fucking gun. There should be no reason for that. That's fucking broken. You don't see any other game where there's a hero or a champion where you can walk up to somebody and just kill him in 3 hits. Fucking broken. Not to mention how much mobility he has and how much survivability he has with his Wraith form and his phase. Come on. Out of all of these heroes so far, I'd actually put Reaper at the top for needing a nerf, because I think he's the one that I've had on almost all my tier lists so far that needs some type of rework or like some type of huge nerfs, and he has not gotten anything yet. Like, don't get me wrong, he's fun as fuck to play, but that's just because you're just able to run at people. All you need to do with Mercy or Reaper guys is run at people, and you just fucking walk up to them and you blow them up in 2 hits. Like, I've even got a friend that's actually blind in 1 eye, that's a Masters player on Switch, and the only thing he plays is Reaper. He's blind in 1 eye and he only plays Reaper. That's how fucking broken and how fucking easy he is to play, guys. He's a Masters player on Switch, and he's blind in 1 eye, and the only thing he plays is Reaper. If that doesn't tell you how fucking broken Reaper is currently, guys, I don't know what does. Like, he's even told me so many times, he was like, yeah, I don't know, if Reaper wasn't in this game currently how he really is, I don't think I'd be Grandmaster, because I really can't play anything else. That's legit what he told me. Reinhardt S. I don't think he's on like S+ worthy, nerf worthy, but I think he's really top tier good. His ult's way spammable. He got a recent damage buff to where he does 85 per swing. Really solid tank right now. If you're not playing Reinhardt, pick him up. Roadhog. Gonna put Roadhog at an A. Unfortunately, he went from being probably one of the best tanks in the game to being one of the worst tanks. I wouldn't say worst tanks, but like most average, middle of the road tanks. I think the problem with Roadhog right now is there's just so much fucking shit in the game that just fucking shits all over him, bro. You got Mccree, which stuns you out and deletes about more like 75% of your health with a fan the hammer hit. You have Reaper on pretty much every team. You get farmed by Doomfist. You get farmed by Genji. Junkrat shits all over you unless you're able to get a really good hook on him. Don't get me wrong, Junkrat's really easy to hook. But if you're going against a good, like a somewhat decent Junkrat, usually going to be hard when they're trying to blow themselves up and then they're flying through the air. Unless you can land hooks through the air, you can catch them off guard when they don't see you. Then you can maybe hook them and kill them that way. But if they're going to be flying through the air and you can't land your hooks in the air, then you're not going to be able to really do much, and they can get a lot of ult charge off you. Mei is probably one of the best checks in the game, apart from Reaper to Roadhog currently. Mei is on the majority of your teams. You can't do jack shit versus Mei because she just goes into an ice block, gets all her health back, and then waits till both your hook and your heal are on cooldown, and just walks up to you and just fucking destroys you. Like, the problem with Roadhog currently is he just gets destroyed by like almost everything. He gets shit on by Tracer, he gets Sombras. I wouldn't say it's the most common thing, but gets really shut down by Sombra. Wrecking Ball kind of shits on him unless you're able to land your hooks when he's spinning in midair, which personally, I can. One thing I will say, though, I think out of all the characters currently in the game, I think I have my most playtime on Roadhog, just because the majority of my ranked games I'm playing tank, and I'm usually playing Roadhog. So, then I've got like about, for this season so far, I think I've got about, I'd have to look, but just going to estimate at least around about 50 hours on Roadhog alone. At least for this current season, I'd probably say. Again, that's just an estimate, I haven't looked, but I don't know. I'm good enough to the point where I have around about at least 65 to 80% hook accuracy per game. So that's a little bit of a just how good I am, at least currently. He's about the only thing I really do am able to play it, because damage queues, like I said, are 22 to 30 minutes. Support queues are usually around about 5 minutes, and then tank queues are usually about a minute or 2 minutes. Out of all those, I usually end up playing tank because I don't feel like waiting queue. So then you get me playing Roadhog. So like I said, just get shit on by a majority of this stuff. If they really want to buff him, just going into Overwatch 2 or the next season, reduces the hook cooldown. I think his hook cooldown is 7 seconds right now. Reduce down to 4 seconds, please. That's if they really want a Roadhog to be decent. Sigma, most broken tank in the game. Majority of reasons. The ability to fucking stun. I don't know. He feels like he constantly has a fucking his fucking rock is up to stun people. Constantly has his shield up. I think his shield regeneration is way too fucking much. Reduces shield regen. I think the one thing that's really making him like way better though is the amount of damage he's able to do. Why does he do so much fucking damage for a tank, bro? Like, I don't know. I feel like I walk up to a Sigma. I'm supposed to be going against Sigma. I have a matchup against Sigma, and then he just blows me up in fucking 2 hits. Like, why does he do so much fucking damage? Is Sigma a damage, or is he a fucking tank? I can't tell. Like, I don't know. Not to mention, he has probably one of the best tank ults in the game, apart from maybe, like, Reinhardt and maybe, like, Wrecking Ball and stuff like that, but one of the best tank ults in the game. He needs to be nerfed some way going into the next season, or Overwatch 2. Soldier A+, nothing's really changed. Just your typical hit scan. If you can't aim or anything, then pick him up and you can do at least decently well. Sombra A+. I think what it comes down to is if your team can capitalize off the stuff that is being hacked. If your team does not follow up on your hacks, then she's kind of worthless. But if you at least have somebody that can at least follow up on your hacks, then you can do a lot of work. Symmetra, I'm going to put Symmetra at S. I think she's really solid currently. She's good on a majority of the maps. She does a fuck ton of damage. The teleporter is really valuable right now as well, at least for, in my honest opinion, I think it is. Turrets do a fuck ton of damage. They're really spammable. I think she's really solid currently. I think if you can play a decent Sombra, or not Sombra, a Symmetra, I think you can do really, really well because she does a fuck ton of damage. Especially versus a lot of the shit that she can go against. Like, don't get me wrong, she gets destroyed by a lot of the stuff in the higher tiers, but when she can go against, she just pretty much melts pretty much a lot of the other shit that she does go against. Torb, S+, his turret needs to be nerfed. Like, Torbjorn himself is great. Don't get me wrong, he's solid by himself. I'd say he's probably S tier by himself. But you bring in the turret, add the turret onto him, then that makes him S+. His turret's fucking broken. Nerf the health on his turret, nerf the fire rate, nerf the damage. Something about his turret needs to be nerfed. It should not be doing the amount of damage it does. I feel like it's constantly there. Like, I don't know. Yeah, he just does way too much damage. It's pretty much free damage for him because all you need to do is just stand there. The turret does all the work for you. Nerf his turret, that's all he really needs. Otherwise, I'd probably put it on an S, but I think his turret's fucking broken. Especially with a lot of the more squishier stuff being played. Tracer, I'm going to put it in S. I wouldn't say she's S+ worthy because once you get to the more higher ranks, you either know how to play her or you don't. She kind of falls off, at least skill-based wise. I think she's a solid S currently. She's able to farm things like more of the top tier stuff just because she has so much mobility. The only thing that Tracer really comes down to is how much you can play her. If you're great at playing and you're like a Tracer god, then you're going to be able to probably climb to like top 500. Granted, top 500 on Switch really doesn't mean anything. And in most cases on like any platform just really doesn't mean anything because I've had gold players in my games that are better than top 500 players. But I don't know, I think he's just S tier solid. Widow. If this was a pro tier list or like a Grandmaster's tier list, I'd probably put her in S+, but this being just a regular old list, I'd probably put her in A. I don't know. Even worse than A, I think, actually. She just gets doped by pretty much almost anything. 190 health, you just like throw a tiny bit of damage at her and she's pretty much dead. Like, you pick her into anything in the top tier, she gets dove by Reaper, she gets shit on by Doomfist, she gets shit on by Genji. Junkrat dives her to an extent unless you have, like, pinpoint accuracy. You can see him constantly diving you and land your shots midair when he's flying. Tracer absolutely fucking shits on you the entire time. Mccree can walk up to you and just blow you up with Fan the Hammer stun combo. You can let him get that close. Gets dove by a majority of the top tier tanks. I don't know. I think she's similar in the tier of Bastion, where you can have pinpoint accuracy, or you can pick her into a team where they don't have anything to really dive you and you're able just to free fire. Or from that, I think she's kind of just B tier. Winston, a kind of a more underwhelming tank. I really don't think he doesn't do anything. He's kind of in the same boat as D.Va, where he's able to dive people, and that's really about it. Pretty much take my explanation for D.Va and apply it to Winston, apart from the bomb part. Wrecking Ball, broken. Probably the best tank in the game. I probably put Wrecking Ball as the best tank in the game. Needs to be nerfed some way. I really don't know where you would even start with nerfing Wrecking Ball, because I don't ever play him, but like, with how annoying he is and how much he does for a tank and how much damage he does and the amount of ult charge he gets, like, he just does way too much for a tank, honestly, I think. Like, if you guys know how to nerf him, if it's something that would be good to nerf him, I don't know, let me know in the comments down below, but I think this Wrecking Ball is fucking broken currently. Sorry, I'm gonna put it in an S. I wouldn't say she's fucking top tier broken, but she's, like, hanging on the border of going to S+. If they do want to nerf her, I think that increasing the cooldown on the bubbles she is allowed to give people would be a great start, because I think that's the only thing that's really kind of making her, like, kind of OP at the moment, because the amount of bubbles she's able to pass off to people is just fucking insane. Like, she should not be able to pass off a bubble, it seems like, every fucking 2 seconds. I don't know. Apart from that, I'd probably put her like an A, but whatever. Zenyatta A+. I think it's higher than I put him last time. I think the only reason you pick him is for the damage amp. His healing's garbage, but you're going to pick him for the damage amp, and you just mark people, and if your entire team's able to coordinate with you, you can just dive a specific person that's marked with the damage amp, or with Discord, and then you just get kills that way and steamroll the game. That's what you kind of really use Zenyatta for currently. Apart from that, that's the list, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Keep in mind, like what I said at the beginning of the video, the entire rant I went on before you go make a comment. 100% opinionated. Let me know what you guys think. Next list I will probably be for Overwatch 2 or the next season, whenever that may be. Apart from that, hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys.